I've got another story for you today, but before I read my story, do you notice anything different? I'm not in my comfy reading chair at my house. I am at one of my favorite places in Bridgeport, which is our neighbor town. They have a store called BlessedBru, and they sell coffee and tea and hot chocolate and snacks and a lot of good for you choices, like more keto friendly and things like that. And so this is a great place to hang out, but especially because my friend Sally has opened up a store. Inside the store, it's called the Book Nook. And here's my friend Sally. Sally,
hi guys.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, thanks for visiting our store.
And she helped me find a book for you guys today. And it's you know how I like older books? This one I'm going to read to you today is called Frosty the Snowman. I bet you know the story. But what you may not know is this started out as a poem, or as a song, and it was released on a record in like the 1950 itself, and then later on it became a storybook, and then they made a very popular movie about it. And so it didn't start out as a book, and so I love it when they start out that way. And this is one of the old little golden books, and that's precious. Are you ready for your story? Frosty the Snowman. Adapted from the song of the same name, retold by Annie North Bedford, pictures by Corinne Malvern. And again, I hope I'm saying Connie's name right. You know I struggle with some of these names. Are you in a comfy spot? Frosty the Snowman came to town one bright, cold winter's day. The first real snow of the winter had fallen the night before. In the morning, out came the children, and they started to roll snowballs. Round and round the snowy yard they rolled the snowballs. Soon they had two fine big ones. What do you think they're going to do with those snowballs? Round and around the yard again. There was a little snowball, just the right size for a snowman's head. Billy ran home and brought 2 bits of coal. What do you think he's going to do with the coal? For the snowman's eyes. Sally gave him a button nose, good job, and a funny corncob pipe. Tommy brought floppy galoshes and a scarf for the snowman, and Joe brought him a pair of old red mittens to wear. Did they all get to help? Have you ever made a snowman with your friends or family? Now we need a hat, said Sally and Joe, and so they all began to look around. Sally found an old cap, but it didn't look just right. Billy found a battered felt hat, but it still didn't seem right. Just then, down the street came the whistling wind, and it blew to their feet a shiny top hat. Just what we need, cried Sally and Joe. It's like magic, said Billy and Tommy. It was Tommy who picked up the shiny top hat and put it on the snowman's head. Zing! Tommy's hand sprang back, and with a shock, "It is magic," gasped Tommy. "So it is," said a voice, deep, chuckly voice that they had never heard before. "And a pleasant sort of magic, if I do say so myself." "It's the snowman," whispered Sally, and so it was. "Frosty the Snowman, at your service," said he. And that's how Frosty the Snowman came alive. If you've never had a snowman for a friend, you can scarcely imagine all the fun those children had, for Frosty took them coasting, and never had their sleds slid so swiftly and so far. Frosty helped them build a snow house, and never had the blocks packed so firmly and well. They all went ice skating, and the magical part was that while they were with Frosty, the children could stay out and play in the snow and never get shivery cold. Was it Frosty's warm heart or his magical smile? Whatever it was, they thought it was fine. Do you think they're having a good time? Do you think you would have a good time? Each morning when the children came out to play, Frosty had a wonderful plan all set. One morning he said, "Let's go shopping today. I have never seen a store, you know." So they all joined hands and away they skipped, off toward town where the shops stood in rows. It was fun showing Frosty around, for he thought every window was wonderful. All around the town they led Frosty that day while the warm wintry sun shone down. Soon they came to a corner, and around the corner came a warm, gusty wind. Off went Frosty's hat, and away went Frosty after it. Then, tweet, sang the traffic cop's loud whistle, and the children could not follow Frosty because traffic streamed by, buses and trucks and cars. Tweet, went the traffic cop's whistle again. The crossing stood empty before them now, but there was not a sign of Frosty to be seen. What do you think happened to Frosty? Only his top hat rolled down the street all by itself in the melting snow. "Mr. Policeman," the children cried, "where has Frosty the Snowman gone?" "Oh," said the policeman, "Frosty the Snowman has gone away where all the snowmen go on a sunny day. But he'll be back at your bidding and call whenever great heaps of snowflakes fall." Is he gone for the winter? And he will. Wasn't that a wonderful story? I hope you liked it too. I want to know if you guys build a snowman and what you dress him up like. So I want you guys to text me a picture if you build a snowman this winter. I love you, and I'll see you next time.